I'm going to teach you a new word, and it's so say awesome.
Awesome.
Oh, I got permission for you to be louder than that. Can you say awesome?
Awesome.
Cool.
Cool.
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
Our new word for the day is, can you say booyah?
Booyah.
I need a better booyah than that. Say booyah.
Booyah.
Well, I'm an author from St. Louis, Missouri, and I wrote a book about not bullying. It's called Splotch the Madpole Does a Whole Lot of Bullying. So I want to know if any of my Linder Eagles here practice teamwork. Anybody here do teamwork? Whether it's in sports or a project? Well, I practiced a lot of teamwork with one of my close friends, and his name is Dr. Wright. He's very, very smart. Can you guys say Dr. Wright?
Dr. Wright.
And he and I would like to be honorary Linder Eagles today. Would that be okay? Can I get a booyah?
Booyah.
Okay, so Dr. Wright has all the information and all the knowledge, you know what I mean? He's very, very smart about understanding not bullying. And he and I wrote this really fun but serious book about not bullying. So I'm going to introduce the esteemed Dr. Wright, and if you could give him a round of applause, say, yay, Dr. Wright, welcome, and give him a booyah.
Thank you, Michelle. Good morning, Linder Eagles.
Good morning.
Say that again. I want to. Good morning, Linder Eagles.
Good morning.
All right, that's a little better. Great. Well, as Michelle said, my name is Dr. Joseph Wright, and I've come to be here this morning all the way from Washington, D.C. And we are so excited to be here at Linder. This is obviously the right place to be. I've heard about some of the great work that is already going on here, and this morning we will introduce some more tools for the staff and most importantly for you all to use. Now, I'm a pediatrician. What kind of doctor is that? A pediatrician. Who does a pediatrician take care of? I think you had it right. Anybody want to venture a guess? Okay. Come on up here, young man. I'm kind of limited with the... Who does a pediatrician take care of?
Babies.
Yes, babies and children and teenagers from birth all the way to 21 and sometimes beyond. So we're really interested in your health and well-being. So this morning's program is going to address an issue that is near and dear to my heart. I'm a pediatrician who works in an emergency room. And unfortunately, I've had to take care of young people like yourselves who have come to me in the emergency room because of the consequences of bullying. And I don't want to have those kinds of children in my practice in the emergency department. So we're going to talk about today how we prevent and avoid and really deal with some of the pressures that you all face as young people and some of the ways that we as adults who take care of and care about you can really help. So without any further ado, I'm going to turn it back over to Michelle, and we'll get on with the program. Thank you, Linder.
Thank you, Dr. Wright. Give him another booyah.
Booyah.
He's a smart guy, and he's a good person to have as a teammate. Is that right, you think, for me? Yeah. I do all the creative, silly stuff, and he does all the brainy stuff, and it makes a good combination. Do you guys do that ever? No? Oh, come on. I heard something about the Linder Eagles, and I flew in all the way from Missouri, which is up several states, and I took 2 flights here. And has anybody ever been to Missouri? St. Louis? No? Oh my gosh, it's a good state. But Texas is a great state as well. But you know what I heard up in St. Louis, Missouri about all of you, about the Linder Eagles? I even talked to Mrs. Oldham about it. I heard something about the Linder Eagles. I heard that you all are big readers. Is that true?
Yes.
Can I get a booyah?
Booyah.
Why else would they send an author in, right? No? Yes? Am I here? Is it a good idea that I'm here? Gonna read my book, maybe? All right. So I also heard up in St. Louis, Missouri, that you guys love to write. Is that true?
Yes.
Anybody here like to journal? Make up stories? Use your imagination? Can I get a booyah? And Miss Oldham and I talked about it. You know what the real rumor on the street in Missouri is about you kids at Linder? That you are the smartest kids in Texas. Is that true?
Yes.
Can I get a booyah?
Booyah.
That is such a weak booyah. Can I get a booyah? Okay, so I am an author, and what do I do every day that I love? Wait, go ahead. What do I do? Write books. All right, so I'm an author. So who here, raise your hand, your right or left hand, doesn't matter. Raise your hand if you consider yourself an author or writer. I know there's some in here, I heard about it. Who here journals? Who here imagines stories and makes up poems and that kind of thing? All right, so give yourselves a booyah. All right, so who here knows what the big fancy schmancy name is for the person who draws the pictures in the book? Yes, ma'am. Oh, she's so smart. What is it? An illustrator? She is correct. Is she correct? Can we give her a booyah? All right, cool. So I practice teamwork not only with Dr. Wright, who's got the brains and the smarts and knows how to help young people about not bullying, and me, and we also have an illustrator. So that's called what? Teamwork? Do the Linder Eagles practice teamwork? All right, let's get a booyah. All right, let's start, because you know what? The most fun thing is I got you out of class, and if we all are enthusiastic, you know what enthusiasm is, right? We all get prizes. I'm not saying one prize, I'm saying a couple. So you in it with me? Can I get a booyah? Okay, so we got a star of our show, and his name is, hold on, he's coming. Uh-oh. We've got a star of my book. Uh-oh, he went to sleep. And his name is Darby. I don't know if you heard him in the song, More Pouches, Less Problems. Uh-oh, see, my desktop is horrible. You always have to have a clean desktop so you can show people stuff. All right, fail. Okay, so Darby, is he a kangaroo? Wait, that middle guy there, sorry. He's opening up. Is he a giraffe?
No.
An elephant?
No.
Is he your gym teacher? No. All right, so anybody here have a cousin? Okay, so you guys are not alike, but you're family, correct? Well, this guy here, Darby, is a cousin to a kangaroo. Can you say cousin to a kangaroo? Sorry, I'm trying to move this over. All right, so he's got what on his head? A skull cap, fun. What color is it? Orange. And he's got what on his body? Well, what about here? A rugby? Cool shirt. Okay, so what do lady kangaroos have that boy kangaroos do not? Yes, sir. A pouch. Give him a booyah. Okay, so how cool would it be to have a pouch? I'd like a pouch here. I would like a pouch to keep my water and my Kleenex in. Would you guys like a pouch? It's terribly convenient to have a pouch. Have a pencil in there. You can have, I don't know, a balloon, something fun. Okay, so Darby's got a pretend pouch because he is what? Do boy kangaroos have pouches? No. So would a wallaby, who's a cousin to a kangaroo, would he have a pouch if he was a boy? No. So guess what he has? Can you see what that word is? Can you say pretend? Pretend. He's got a pretend pouch. Say pretend pouch. And I'm telling you what, and he's got some cool sneakers on. Well, today we're going to learn a little bit about his nephew. And his nephew is right here. Sorry, I'll clean that off. But he is a wallaby, and his name is Buckaroo. Can you say Buckaroo? Buckaroo. So Darby's last name is Boing. So say Darby. Darby. I need it louder than that. Say Darby. Darby. And do this. Say Boing. Boing. Darby. Darby. Boing. Boing. Okay, so he has a nephew, and he is in school. He's your age. And his name is, say, Buckaroo. Buckaroo. Boing. Boing. So Buckaroo. Buckaroo. Boing. Boing. Okay, so he is your age. He's in school, and he meets this guy here. What is he, a jelly bean? No. Potato? No. A peach? No. A basketball? No. What does he look like? Does anybody here in science study the little things before they're frogs? What are they called? Okay, wait, yes? Anyway, what? Slime. Close to slime. Yes? Toad. Smaller than that, younger than that. Yes, ma'am? Tadpole, is she right? Give her a booyah. Okay, so this is Splotch. Can you say Splotch? And he's a mad tadpole. Can you say mad tadpole? And he's a madpole. Say madpole. Okay, so we're going to start a little chant. When I say splotch, you say madpole. Splotch! Splotch! Now, do you think he looks like a nice guy? No. Do we all want to be his friend? No. Do you think he does a little bit of bowling? Yes. I think he does too. And he is part of what? Can you see this? Can you say Team Mean? Team Mean. So, would you want to be part of Team Mean? No. Do you want to meet them at school in the library? No. Do you want to play with them after school in the park? No. Okay, so we're going to meet Splotch. Say Splotch. The Madpole. We're going to meet Buckaroo. Boing. I need the hand. Buckaroo. Boing. And then we're going to meet Darby. Boing. Okay, so the only way, well, let me just try this really quickly. So the only way that we can actually probably get Darby out here, I asked Principal Oldham, and she said it was okay to have a visitor. Yes, she did. And your assistant principals and, your counselor, Mrs. Linus, that we could have a visitor. But they said it's up to my Eagles if they would like a visitor. And I said I'd like to bring in my best friend, but I'd have to get your permission. Is that okay? Yeah. Okay. So, can you say Darby, 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 Darby? He is always in the back eating a peanut butter sandwich. I don't know what is the deal. Okay, let's see if we can get him by saying Darbs, 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 Darbs. He's probably combing his hair. He always does that. Okay, last chant I can give you, which is really like his super nickname. Very few people know it. Can you say Darby later, Darby later, Darby later, Darby, Darby later, Darby later, Darby later, Darby later, Darby later, Darby later, Darby later. Where is he? What? No. Did he fly here? Oh, he was that wallaby sitting next to me on the plane, and his tail went up over the top, and like peanuts were everywhere, and he had his, water spilling on people, and I'm like, oh my gosh, he might have come. Darby? Say Darby. Darby. Where in the world are you? Come on out, Darby. Say Darby, 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 Darby. Who's that? Darby. Can I get a booyah, Darby? Booyah, Darby. So what do you think about him? Does he look like in the picture? Yes. Is he cute? Yes. Do you see that tail? That tail was up in someone's face above the seat. And he is just a peanut spiller. He opened up that package and it went all over, and then I just didn't know what to do with him. But anyway, Darby is our star of our show. So today I'm going to start with something not so fun, but I want you guys to watch my face. Okay, so Darby, can you hold this? And I want you to watch my face while I say things to Darby and see if you'd want to be my friend and what my face looks like, okay? So check me out. Sorry, I'm trying to give you the whole thing. So there's a mirror, and I'm going to watch my facial expressions, and you watch them. Hey, Darby, you're fat. Darby, you're ugly. Darby, you smell. I smelled you on the plane yesterday. Darby, I don't like you. Darby, you're stupid. Darby, you're too tall. Darby, your nose is big. Darby, you're a teacher's pet. So how did my face look when I did that? How did my face look? Bad? Do you want to be my friend? No. Do you want to come up to me and give me a hug? No. I wouldn't either. So I feel really horrible because we were just pretending to Darby, and I'm very, very sorry. But to make a point, I don't look very friendly when I say mean things, do I? No. All right. So we are going to start our story time. I need your help an awful lot in this whole process. Can I have Miss Lindsay Vance? Say, hey, Lindsay.
Hey, Lindsay.
And you need to give her a big booyah because you know what she did? She is a brilliant artist. Brilliant. Guess what she drew? Look at that big wall. She drew that, and she works with young people to make murals and all sorts of art that are expressive that you can interact in. And so she has the no bullying zone wall. Can you give her a booyah?
Booyah.
Don't you think she's talented?
Yes.
Absolutely. So she's going to help me say, hey, Lindsay. So she's going to help me with the story. Pull it up right here. And you guys got to help, and then you'll get prizes. Is everybody in to get prizes?
Yes.
Okay. All right. It was a bright and sunny day in Darby's hometown called Claytown. Can you guys say Claytown?
Claytown.
Darby's nephew and his friends, Constance and Spike, were playing outside on the playground. They were laughing and giggling. Is it working? Uh-oh, it's coming. I'm going to read to you anyway. You guys can watch in just a second. Is that all right? Can we keep going? Trust me? Okay. Darby and his nephew and his friends, Constance and Spike, were playing outside on the playground. They were laughing and giggling and getting ready to play some hopscotch. Who here at Linder likes to play hopscotch? Me too. Who's good? Awesome at it? All right. Despite the beautiful day, Splotch had clouds all over his heart. Do this. Clouds all over his heart. And he felt mad, say mad, bad, and sad all at once. He figured that since he felt that way, he should spread the clouds in his heart around to other people on that sunny playground. He thought to himself, who should I pick on today? Should it be Constance, Buckaroo, or Spike? Splotch the madpole, say splotch, the madpole, rubbed his little tadpole hands together and started yelling things at Constance, Buckaroo, and Spike. Hopscotch is for sissies. You all are stupid. Constance, that's a dumb shirt. Splotch yelled, he stuck his tongue at them, and he rolled his eyes at him. Is that a nice thing to do? We're on to this one. Buckaroo, Constance, and Spike huddled together because they were shocked and surprised and Splotch's mean words to them. Spike asked his friends, why does he do that to us? I've never done anything mean to him. Then Constance said, why does he hate us? I've always thought Splotch was nice. I used to like him and think he was funny and greenish. Say greenish. Greenish. Buckaroo was really sad too. He had tried to include Splotch in their hopscotch game as many times before. Buckaroo thought, what did I ever do to make him mad? Buckaroo said to Constance and Spike, Splotch is so mean he makes me scared. Would he kind of make you scared too? A little bit. I would. Sorry. He's green. He's mean. When Buckaroo and Constance and Spike did not shout back at him, Splotch was more and more angry. He meant to say mean things, and he wanted those words to hurt them like they hurt in his heart. On the last day of school, Splotch was about to burst with emotions. Say burst with emotions. You can do a better job. Say burst with emotions. He felt lonely and didn't have a lot of friends. Do you think he had a lot of friends? No. Splotch was so sick and tired of hearing about how nice Buckaroo was and how great he was and how he had a lot of friends. He was so tired of hearing about his silly hopscotch game on the last day of school. He may have been a bit jealous. Is that true? Yes. You think he's jealous? Yes. Buckaroo carefully drew out a beautiful hopscotch course. It was the best he'd ever done. He wanted it perfect for his friends and classmates. All Splotch heard was, that's so cool, Buckaroo. You're so fun, Buckaroo. Can't wait to play hopscotch, Buckaroo. Splotch said to himself under his breath, Buckaroo is so great. Pfft, I'll fix that. Can you guys do that? Say, Pfft, I'll fix that. We're in trouble, I tell you. Splotch made his plan. He filled up a bucket with water and waited patiently until Buckaroo had put his chalk away and done drawing on his hopscotch chalk course. Splotch walked over to his course and threw that water all over it. Splotch looked at the crowd and said, take that, Buckaroo. Say, take that, Buckaroo.
Take that, Buckaroo.
He wanted to hurt and embarrass him. Everyone was shocked. Watching someone bully or being bullied puts clouds over any situation. Say clouds over any situation. The kids in the playground were sad, say sad, and afraid, and didn't know what to do. Buckaroo was so upset he ran and began crying. His uncle Darby, there's Darby, was volunteering at his school, and Buckaroo went to talk to him. He told his Uncle Darbs, say Uncle Darbs, everything about how Splotch had been bullying him all year long. Buckaroo explained that it made him feel, repeat after me, say sad, hurt, confused, afraid, and angry. Darby was a wise uncle and a wise wallaby. He told Buckaroo, being bullied is no fun, and it's really tough on me. This may be hard to do, but if you want to be kind, try to ignore him and pay his meanness with kindness. Say this after me. Repay his meanness with kindness. Splotch may be mean on the outside, but he may be really sad on the inside. What do you guys think? Maybe? Buckaroo thought about what Uncle Darb said, but did not feel like being nice to Splotch at all. Would you? No way. He started thinking, well, gosh, what if Splotch is really sad inside? I've not been in the best mood, and I know I've not been very kind to people sometimes too. But Buckaroo thought, Splotch may still bully me, but I will try to be nice. Darby reassured Buckaroo and said, you never know what his reaction will be to your kindness, and it will maybe make a change in Splotch. Do you think it might? Let's see what happens. Splotch had been practicing being a bully for a very long time. He was an expert. Even though he was a madpole, say mad, tadpole, madpole, he wanted to grow up to be on his older friend's team. Team what? Team mean. Say team mean. Splotch learned all the tricks of the older bully frogs. Say bully frogs. On team mean. Splotch knew he could bully people in lots of ways, and he had practiced it all year long on his classmates, his friends, and his family. He said really mean things to them in front of their backs and behind their backs. Is that bullying? Yes. If Splotch tripped a classmate and even pushed Buckaroo down while he was on his bike, is that bullying? But most of all, even though Splotch did not like being left out, he loved bullying people by leaving them out of a group or game. Is that bullying? Have you ever seen someone do that at your school, home, park, family? Okay. On summer break, Splotch waited by his phone every day for a call asking him to play. He had all of his games in a pile, including his baseball mitt, his bat, his checkers, and his friends' games, but no one ever called. Would you ring him up? Would you give him a call? No, I wouldn't either. That's crazy. Splotch got tired of waiting for someone to call him, so he decided to go to the park that afternoon to play basketball on his own. Then the two bully frogs, say bully frogs, showed up from Team Mean, say Team Mean. The other bully frogs took away Splotch's basketball and wouldn't give it back to him, even when he asked them nicely, please give me my ball back. The mean team wanted to play, but they were not very nice about it. The bully frogs started taunting Splotch and saying really mean things. They tossed the ball over his head and pushed him around. They shouted, you're a little baby pole. Look who's a big crybaby. You've no friends. You're a stupid, ugly baby pole. Your colors are weird. You're kind of peach. You're not really green. You're not really a frog. We're taking your ball, and we're going to play without you. Splotch felt really bad. He was crying, and even though he was sad, Team Mean bully frogged on. So repeat after me. Team Mean bully frogged. Let's say louder. Bully frogged. On. That night, when Splotch went to sleep, he dreamed about all the things he had done to the other kids during the school year. He dreamt about making fun of Constance's hair and her clothes, calling her stupid. He dreamt about pushing Buckaroo down on the playground. He dreamt about taking Spike's ball from a basketball game and then throwing it over the bushes. He dreamt that over and over again. Splotch lived his bullying all over again in his dreams, one by one hurtful thing at a time. He felt bad about bullying people like he'd been bullied earlier that day. Do you think he feels bad? Have you guys ever done something to someone and then regretted doing that and just relived it in your head? I wish I wouldn't have been so short or maybe mean or said something bad to someone. You don't have to raise your hand, but do you ever feel that way? I do. Splotch thought about his dreams the rest of the summer. When school finally started, Splotch wanted to be a different tadpole. Say different tadpole. He saw Buckaroo working on an art project and really wanted to help him. Splotch was super embarrassed by all the things he had done to Buckaroo, but asked, "Can I help you with your project?" Can you say, "Can I help you with your project?" Buckaroo remembered the words from his Uncle Darbs. He still wanted to be friends, but he was a little worried about everything that had happened before. Would you guys be? Buckaroo explained to Splotch how he had helped him before and then knocked his project down. Was that nice? No. Splotch listened and was sorry. He felt the clouds over his heart. Say clouds over his heart. Do that. Say clouds over his heart. And his mind started to drift away. He apologized and said, "I was just being a bully." Say, "I was just being a bully. I know how bullying hurts. Will you forgive me?" That's not that hard, is it? I owe that to Darby, don't I, from earlier. Buckaroo always felt better when he forgave people. So he did forgive Splotch. Buckaroo saw that he was a different kind of tadpole. He wasn't so mean and mad. He thought he might be becoming a gladpole. Say gladpole! Splotch knew he had to work really super hard to regain his friend's trust. He had to be kind. Repeat after me. Say kind. Okay, louder than that. Say kind. Fair. And nice to his friends. Splotch knew that he would make them feel better about himself. He would make friends by being a friend. So let's repeat that. He would make friends by being a friend. We're going to repeat that because I need a little more gusto for prizes. Remember, you're working for prizes. So repeat after me. Say, he would make friends by being a friend. Is that true? I get a booyah. From then on, Buckaroo and Splotch were friends. Splotch decided that day that Team Mean was not for him, and he would not grow up to be a bully frog. All right, I need a volunteer for a very significant moment. Yes, ma'am, you come on up. Give her a do, 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 do. Do we do, 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 do. We need encouragement. Do, do, do. What is your name, young lady? Anaya, can you give her a booyah? Turn around. Don't be shy. Okay, Anaya is going to help us with something very, very, very important. Do you think, after all the apologies, that Splotch should be part of Team Mean any longer? It's got stickies back here to stick it on his jersey. Okay, Anaya's going to help. Give her a little booyah, 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 booyah. Stick it on there. All right, so what is he part of now? Say it.
Team Nice.
Team Nice. And is he say Team Nice. Team Nice. And is he a
Gladpole?
Is he a gladpole? Yes. Say gladpole. Gladpole. Say booyah. Booyah. All right, so Anaya, give her a round of applause and a booyah. All right, so this is probably one of the most fun things we're going to do today. Since Splotch has really been, practicing on being a bad guy, or on TV, not a bad guy, but just on TV, we are going to practice something. We're going to teach him together as Linder Eagles on how to be nice. So can I have 2 volunteers? Ms. Oldham, could you pick out 2 volunteers? All right, so you remember how I looked when I said, "You're mean, you're bad, you're all that stuff." My face wasn't very good looking, was it? Looked kind of mean. You wouldn't want to be my friend, right? So now he's been out of practice, but we got to teach Splotch. Say Splotch, the gladpole, who's on Team Nice, a few nice things to say. So who do we have here?
Brenda.
Brenda, can you give Brenda a booyah for being brave? Booyah. All right, so Brenda is going to say some things to you all and look in this mirror, and you're going to watch her face. And I want you to repeat these things. Say, you're good looking.
You're good looking, you are nice.
Wait, let's go. Okay, say, so you're good looking. So repeat after her. Say, you're good looking. Are you smiling when you say that? So give it a little, like, teethy grin. Say, you're good looking. Say, you're nice.
You're nice.
Say, you're nice. Say, you're talented.
You're talented.
Say, you're talented, man. Say, I like you.
I like you.
Say, I like you. Does she look friendly? Would you want to be her friend? Give her a round of applause and a booyah. All right, so now we've got 4 more. You ready? Is it nice to be complimented? I like it. I like it. Okay, so what's your name? Merlene.
Merlene.
Merlene. Okay, Merlene's going to practice on 4 more. Everybody ready for another compliment or 2? Okay, so I want you to say, you're smart.
You're smart.
You're smart. Say, you're smart. Say, you rock.
You rock.
Say, you rock. Say, you're cool.
You're cool.
Say, you're cool. Get your little head into go, you're cool. That's what you should say it, like, you know, you're cool. All right, so say, I respect you.
I respect you.
Say, I respect you. Did you want to be Marlene's friend? Did she say nice things? Did you see that face smiling? All right, give her a round of applause. And a big booyah. All right, thank you, ladies. Okay, last but not least, we are going to take a pledge. Anybody here do the Pledge of Allegiance every day? Yes, yes, yes. Big fan of that. Okay, so we're making a promise to our country to be loyal. So do we know what a pledge means? A pledge means a promise, right? And there can be other pledges. So anybody here would like to help me take the pledge to not be a bully here? Are we in it? Are we in it to win it together? Prizes. And you got to think in your heart if you are. Okay, so you got to raise your right hand and repeat after me. And I would appreciate, and Mrs. Olden would appreciate, if you blew my hair off with enthusiasm and sound. You ready? You guys ready, Linder? Okay. I heard it. I heard you guys are the best. Okay. Bullying isn't funny.
Bullying isn't funny.
Wow, that was quiet. Bullying isn't funny.
Bullying isn't funny.
Bullying isn't cool.
Bullying isn't cool.
Bullying doesn't work.
Bullying doesn't work.
At home or at school.
At home or at school.
Get your hands back up there, guys, in the back. Tell them to get their hands back up and take the pledge. Right? Adults need to take it too. Okay, ready? I will do my best.
I will do my best.
Okay, you guys, collect. Wait, we're going to have them do a chant. Okay, in the back, the adults. I will do my best.
I will do my best.
Okay, you guys, the kids. I will really try.
I will really try.
Adults. Cool. Not to take my feelings out.
Not to take my feelings out.
On the next gal or guy.
On the next gal or guy. On the next gal or guy.
They're beating you. I'm telling you what. You guys better ramp it up. Ramp it up. Not okay. It is awesome to be nice.
It's awesome to be nice. It's awesome to be nice.
That will be my goal.
That will be my goal. That will be my goal.
'Cause no one wants to be. This is the last line, so you got to just ring it up. Are you ready? Wants to be around.
Wants to be around.
A mean.
A mean.
Old.
Old.
Mad pole.
Mad pole.
All right, see what they can do. 'Cause no one wants to be. Around. A mean. Old. Mad pole. Did you guys beat them? I think so. Sorry, guys, you lost. Sorry, but you had some formidable contenders. All right, can I give yourselves a booyah, Linder?
Booyah.
And give them a booyah back there for doing the pledge too. Say booyah. All right, so we've decided that we're going to not. Oh, it fell off. Gosh. Phew. You know, he goes back and forth, but we're going to make him a glad mad poet on Team Nice. Okay, so We have some nice things for you. Miss Lindsay Vance, our talented artist that flew all the way from Washington, D.C., who is truly a rock star in the art world. Talk about an artist extraordinaire. She drew this whole bullying zone wall, and it actually goes from city to city around, I think it's gone to 8 cities so far. 8 or 9, I think you guys are the 9th city. It'll go to El Paso tomorrow. And we are really excited to have you, Linder Eagles, have a few people sign the wall today. It'll be up most of the day, and have you guys sign it. So can you give a round of applause for Lindsay? So Lindsay, what was your inspiration for the wall?
Did you ask me? Yeah. Okay. Well, good afternoon, everyone. Or is it still morning? It's still morning. It's early. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
All right, so my inspiration for the wall is that I've worked with a lot of little kids. I'm actually an art therapist, so I work with a lot of kids on how to be nice and how not to be bullied. And I've worked with a lot of kids who've actually been bullied, and I don't like it. Okay, so my inspiration for the wall is working with this team and making sure that you guys have a visual representation that you can remember so that you can say, hey, I'm not going to be a bully. You all took the pledge, right?
Yes.
So that means you all agree not to be a bully. So those of you who are going to sign the wall today are going to actually put your signature on there and let the world know that, hey, you are not a part of Team Mean. You are a part of Team Nice. You guys agree with that?
Yes.
All right, so there's a lot of little space down there on the bottom. Has anyone in here done graffiti before? We've got a couple graffiti artists. Okay. So I wasn't expecting that on this side, especially. But since you all are graffiti artists, you know that you cannot do graffiti just anywhere, right? What happens when you do graffiti just anywhere? They will get bored with you. I think they may get mad at you, right? Because that's not your property. So if you're going to do graffiti, you graffiti artists over here that I have, make sure you're only doing graffiti where you have permission, okay? This wall is given permission to write on it, okay? Don't go writing on walls in the school. Trust me, your principal will not be happy with you, okay? But when you do your graffiti, make it cool, make it stand out, make it awesome, because you are now giving a representation of who you are, okay? So use a couple different colors, make it special just for you, all right? Do we have any bullies in here?
No.
I don't believe you guys because you were whispering. Do we have any bullies in here? All right, that sounds great. I'm going to give it back to Michelle. Thank you guys for having us out here. We appreciate it, and make sure you guys stay on Team Nice, okay? All right.
Give that talented woman a round of applause. And give her a booyah. So Miss Oldman and the staff here are going to decide, because not everybody can sign the big wall for time reasons, but they're going to leave a little piece of the canvas. Say piece of the canvas. And Lindsay's going to sign this, and so is Darby, and so am I. So every person, I think it might be left in the library or somewhere central, where everybody in this school can sign if they'd like to, that took the pledge. You guys up for that?
Yeah.
We get a booyah?
Booyah.
Last but not least, I'm here to talk to you about prizes. Anybody want to know what their prizes are? Can I get a booyah?
Booyah.
So anybody like the story about Splotch the Madpole?
Yes.
I liked it, I wrote it, but I guess that's a given, right? No, I'm kidding. You gotta be confident, right? Okay, so every single person in this room gets a wonderful book of their own. Is that cool?
Yes.
Can I get a booyah?
Booyah.
And you know what? I know my friends here at Linder well enough to know that friends at Linder like stickers. Is that a good idea?
Yes.
They have Darby stickers, they have Constance, they have Splotch stickers. Is that a booyah? It's also got a bookmark in here. And guess what? You know what we practiced? I learned this from Dr. Wright about how people look when they say nice things and mean things and how other people feel. So Dr. Wright and I came up with the idea of putting little mirrors in the book. So you don't have to do this in front of anybody, but you can practice seeing how your face looks when you say mean things. And then when you say nice things, how great you look. Right? Is that good? Anybody gonna practice?
Yes.
Excellent. And then I have something that I want you guys to do that I think is really important. So there's a little page in here, and it's kind of like tear out little like cards that you'd give to someone. They're little tiny cards. And it says, Dear Blank, I just wanted to tell you what I really like about you. Smiles, and then you sign it. So we have 4 for you to give away to your aunt, your teacher, your best friend, your cousin, your dog. I don't know, it doesn't matter, but as long as it's something nice. So I'm going to practice here. I'm going to say, Dear Lindsay, what I really like about you is that you're artistic and you're kind and you care about people and kids. Smiles, Michelle, Bain, and Darby. Is that good? Yeah. So do something like that. You guys going to give those 4 out? Yeah. You will also get a little tiny book because you guys are experts here at Linder. Right, don't you think, about bowling? Or not bowling? So we have a little book for you to share with someone in your family so you guys can talk about it. Is that good? You're going to give them a gift? Yes. Okay. Anybody in particular like Darby's pretend pouch? What if I only had 1 pouch? Would that be a drag? What if I had a pouch for everyone? Can I get a booyah? All right, so everybody in this room gets a Darby pouch. And yeah, booyah! So everybody gets one of these. Your teachers will have them for you. You can put something in there like a journal, but just like in a song, no sofa or couch or beats ball won't fit. So you guys each get one. Is that exciting? Okay, we also have a little stress ball. So when you're at your desk and you're feeling like you might say something mean, you just gotta work it out. So everybody gets one of that. Can I get a booyah for that? Booyah! Who likes these bracelets? Okay, I gotta show you. These are the coolest things I've ever found. So I'm gonna put it on. Hopefully it'll work. It does work. Just takes a little time. And on this it says, don't be a bully frog. So if you wear this, you're saying, I am not going to be a bully frog. Say, don't be a bully frog. So if my bracelet says that, it's kind of a reminder, correct? Yes, not to be a bully frog. But watch this. This is bully frog green. When I hold this for a minute with the warmth of my hand and I think about nice things that are kind of like sunshine and not clouds, guess what happens is it gives me enough time to change my mean thinking, my team mean to team nice thinking, and look what happens. It starts to turn yellow. So it's like a mood bracelet, but you got to be in a good mood and not say anything mean, right? Is that cool? See, look, it's turning, and it will turn, especially if you're happy, all the way yellow. You guys up for that? Yeah. Okay, who here is going to be a bully frog? No, oh, no. Who's going to wear the bracelet and not be a bully frog? Say booyah! Booyah! All right, we are so glad to be here. We want to thank Superior for having us here. We want to thank all of the parent company, Dr. Wright, who is the best co-author, team worker, brain about not bullying in the planet. Can you give him a booyah? Booyah! All right, thank you for having us a part of your day. Thank Lindsay for creating this beautiful piece of art. Say booyah, Lindsay. Booyah, Lindsay. And you will get your prizes in your room. Okay? Yeah. Say bye, Darby. Say booyah. Booyah. You guys, thank you for making us honorary eagles.